Crows recognize people despite disguises or years apart. Crows are truly intelligent and have incredible memories. They can recognize individual people even in disguises or after not seeing them for years. This shows crows' ability to memorize human faces and voices. So be careful if you've ever had a quarrel with a crow. The secret about deep-sea anglerfish. All the glow-in-the-dark anglerfish that dwell in the deep sea and dangle lures above their heads that you often see are actually female. The males of this species are very small and are born with extremely weak jaws as well as a perpetually empty stomach. When encountering a female, they are torn between hunger and mating. Ultimately, they choose to lunge and bite the fishing line. The female simply swallows the male fish whole. However, her body subsequently releases an enzyme that slowly absorbs her partner into her body while only the male's testes remain. This allows her eggs to be immediately fertilized whenever she wants. Some females have rows of testes on their bodies as evidence that they have absorbed many males. Sloths are true to their name and are extremely lazy, even when finding a mate. Therefore, the female will sit in a tree and scream until a male hears her and makes the effort to slowly crawl over to mate. This is really a prime example of the unbelievable laziness of sloths. Caterpillars, a wondrous metamorphosis journey. Upon entering the pupal stage, caterpillars don't simply sprout wings. Instead, their entire body first turns into a liquid substance, soup-like in texture and appearance. This liquid then solidifies, forming the pupa that houses the transforming organism until it emerges as a fully developed butterfly. Roosters self-deafen temporarily whenever they crow. When crowing loudly, the sound can reach up to 100 decibels, equivalent to a train horn. To avoid deafening themselves with their own cries, roosters have a mechanism to temporarily disable their own hearing. The brain sends signals to inhibit the inner ear's activity briefly, helping protect their hearing ability. It's truly an ingenious mechanism of nature. The covert honey hunting alliance between humans and birds. In Africa, some tribes can directly communicate with birds called honey guides to jointly hunt for honey. The birds will lead humans to beehives hidden in trees. Tribespeople will pry open the hives and take the honey, leaving bee larvae and wax for the birds. This is the only known example of targeted two-way signaling between humans and a free-living species. The grunts made by grunter fish are the loudest sounds in the underwater world. They emit sounds over 270 decibels, thousands times louder than the human threshold. At close range, the intense vibrations from these grunts can rupture eardrums, destroy tissue and even kill. Some divers have felt the surrounding water heat up from the energy released by those terrifying grunts. Fun fact: snakes can never blink their eyes. Unlike most vertebrates, snakes do not have eyelids. They cannot close or open their eyes. Therefore, if you spot a snake blinking, you're actually looking at a lizard. Only lizards can close and open their eyes to blink as they have eyelids like humans. The mystery behind emperor penguin's suicide march. Occasionally, an emperor penguin will do something very strange. Every so often, a penguin will turn its back on its colony and start marching deep into the Antarctic interior. Away from food, water, and safety. It embarks alone towards certain death. In the past, scientists tried to prevent this by returning them to the colony. But it would just start its journey once more, in the same direction, to the same fatal end. Some even become violent if obstructed. Speculations say this penguin is depressed and deliberately committing a slow suicide. Birds can suffer from depression or anxiety but tend to react very immediately, like overpreening, screaming, refusal to eat. But no one knows why these penguins choose to go to such extremes. The secret behind Greenland sharks' bizarre eyes. Most Greenland sharks are blind, their eyes eaten out by a unique parasitic worm that resides in the eye sockets. Initially it sounds dangerous, but it actually helps them illuminate like bait to attract prey, especially effective for these slow-moving sharks. The secret behind kangaroo mom's baby-producing factory. A kangaroo will mate again 1 to 3 days after giving birth. The newborn joey will latch onto a teat in the pouch, and as long as it develops well, the kangaroo mother can put her new fertilized embryo in suspended animation and ready everything for a backup baby. If the older joey grows up and leaves the pouch or dies, the kangaroo's hormones will signal to kickstart the development of the new joey. So a mother can have a juvenile out of pouch, a suckling joey and a waiting to develop joey at once.
Nhiều loài chim có thói quen ăn phân của con non ngay sau khi chúng đi vệ sinh để giữ cho tổ ấm luôn sạch sẽ. Chim bố mẹ sẽ nuốt luôn phần phân thải còn ướt để tránh lộ mùi hôi thối hoặc thu hút kẻ thù. Vì vậy, trước khi ao ước được làm chim nào đó, bạn nên cân nhắc thật kỹ về nhiệm vụ không mấy dễ chịu này nhé.